Hi. Every time a new year starts, you always get people saying, oh, new year, new me. And this year is going to be no different for myself. Today I want to chat about all the new stuff I'm going to be getting up to and where this channel is going to be headed in the future. I'll try my best not to take up too much of your time, so let's get this over with. So, immediately, I know what everyone is wondering.
Wait, is this that King Mewtwo guy I was subscribed to? Why have you changed your username across all your platforms? Where did your funny little icon of a raw Mewtwo holding a mic go?
All of these questions have a very simple answer. I'm rebranding. I'll be honest with you, I've hated being called King Mewtwo for a good while now actually, and there's a couple of reasons why I've decided to change it. First of all, I am not a fan of Pokemon in the slightest. In fact, the only Pokemon game I've ever played is Pokemon Black, and even then I've only just started it years ago and never gotten back to it. Not even to this day. In fact, the only reason I liked Mewtwo to begin with is because he was DLC in Smash 4. I am not joking. That's also where my interest for Fire Emblem Roy came from. And it's also just like kind of a cringy name. It's like an extension, or I guess an evolution, of a brand I started back in 2018. Back when I was called King Turles, which was back when I was obsessed over a Dragon Ball character. But in spite of all these reasons, I've kind of just been forced to keep the name. It's too recognizable. So many of my online mutuals have known me by that name, and I was just incredibly worried about losing brand recognition after changing my name on the internet for what's like the 7th time. But then I stopped being scared. If I'm going to get to the places I want to get to this year, I'm just going to have to put on a brave face, stop worrying, and just start taking more risks. And that's exactly what I plan to do with this rebrand. There might be another question some of you have about the rebrand, more specifically, the new profile picture. And to answer that question, I'm going to have to slip into something a little more comfortable. Much better. This point won't be very long. Basically, I'm a cross-dresser. Not transgender, a cross-dresser. Borderlining on femboy. This ultimately will not influence any content I make, at least not intentionally, but I was just tired of hiding this side of me, and I felt it was only right to include it as part of the rebrand. It's actually what inspired the name, since I now wear feminine clothing from time to time. I can't really call myself a king, so I looked for a gender-neutral term for a ruler and landed on monarch. And that was before I realized I preferred extending it out to the monarchy. Monarch or monarchy for short. I can make a whole song and dance about how I found myself or why I decided to cross-dress, but I don't need to explain myself or my identity to you. Simple as that. You'll notice a lot of content has been removed from my channel page. It's not been deleted, only made unlisted. I'm not too proud of everything I've put out during my time here on YouTube, and frankly I don't want it all to be publicly available. In terms of the content I'll be making, it'll be more or less the same, but also different. Let me explain what I mean by that. YouTube poops will still crop up on the channel now and then whenever I get the inspiration to mess around with a particular piece of source material, but they won't have YTP in the title though. A move that's inspired by creators such as TimAJH and PNSB. My style will be mostly the same, but I'll also be taking it less seriously, and by that I mean just going a little bit sillier. Mashups, shitposty rap battles, and videos like the failed game show and the Mouse8 parody will basically be stopping. I'm sorry to all those who are a fan of those sort of miscellaneous type of videos here on the channel, but I just don't want to make them anymore, and ultimately, they don't line up with the type of content I want to focus on making for this channel in the future. And that particular thing is... Ever since I was young, my dream career was to be a voice actor. I have such a huge respect for the industry, and I've always loved doing voices and getting into character, which is why I stepped up to be a proper rapper in people's fan-made rap battles fairly recently. Spitting bars of Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is all well and good, but it's not going to get me far in the actual VA industry, so I'm getting stuck into doing the more traditional voice actor stuff more often. You will start to see dubs, skits, and other things that showcase my abilities as a voice actor. I am very excited to be going down this new avenue, and I hope most of you will be sticking along for the ride. You might even hear my voice in some online fan projects. Who knows? Guess you'll just have to wait and see. My brief mention of my involvement with rap battles brings me on to my next point. I am still passionate about creating rap battles as well as voicing in other people's, so those of you following my King Mewtwo Rap Battles channel will be pleased to know that I will not be retiring it, and instead will be rebranding that channel to go along with this one. I hope to put a lot more content out on that channel this year, so look forward to it. As well as all the stuff I just mentioned, I'll also kind of just be fucking around. Short and downright stupid videos like ChristianMario.mp8 will still be appearing on the channel every once in a while because, let's be honest, what's life without being just a little bit silly? If it wasn't made clear already, I'll still be doing rap battle roles for other creators because I still really love doing that. My new Discord tag will be here somewhere along the screen if you want to get in contact with me about that sort of work. I'm also experimenting with doing content on other channels without really telling anyone. Sometimes I get ideas for content that just doesn't fit here on this channel, and so I've just been making new channels in secret and making new content over there. If you happen to discover that a channel is me, or theorize that a channel is me, please don't make a big deal about it. I also won't be revealing publicly if the channel is me anyway, so
I guess we'll never know.
And that's about it. That's all I wanted to say in this hopefully not too long update video. With luck, this rebrand won't kill my channel, and most of you will be sticking along for the journeys that lie ahead. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.